This is Jacoby Simpson. Today we're going to talk about crypto mining, comparing cloud mining to the traditional Bitcoin mining with the Antminer S9. Uh, we're going to start talking about the HashFlare's cloud mining, which is one of the things that is slowly but surely gaining a lot of momentum out here in the mining space. Again, before we start, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial analyst. I'm just providing some useful information that could be helpful to you in your mining endeavors. Let's start out with HashFlares. HashFlares is a cloud-based mining uh, website where you're able to pay a certain amount of money to get a cloud mining system up and going, and where you can create profit from the mining and get daily income. Uh, for the initial setup, I put around 14 terahashes because that's around the same speed as the traditional Antminer S9. For that amount, using the SH256, it would cost about $3,080 as shown here, or about 0.21 Bitcoin as it stands right now. Now, these terahashes determine how fast your mine is able to process these algorithms that produce Bitcoin for you. Now, we're going to switch to a profitability calculator, which will allow us to see the benefits of using the cloud mining. So, using crypto compare, we're using the hashing power, which is 14 terahashes as inserted here. There is no power consumption or cost per kilowatt when dealing with cloud mining. That's all handled by the actual firm you're working with. But there are several fees associated with that are varying. Depends on how the organization is dealing with it thus far. So there'll be fees regarding maintenance, there are fees regarding the withdrawals, and certain things of that nature that you have to look into yourselves. But on a general scale, you get to see that the profitability per month with the 14 terahash is about $787, and for the year it's about $9,581. Now, calculating the total profit margin from your investment, you'll take that $9,581 and minus it by the $3,080, and you'll get roughly around $6,000 in profit, which isn't too bad at all. Something to definitely use and something to think about and invest. And keep in mind that the cost of Bitcoin is at 13,967. So there are a lot of analysts projecting this to increase quite a lot in 2018. Some have said that it may hit 40,000, 50,000 within the next 3 months, which I think is kind of ridiculous. But I thought these last few months were kind of ridiculous, to be honest. And look at us now. So uh, with that being said, your profit per year could easily double or triple. So that's something to look into. Now we're going to move forward into the other side of mining, which is a traditional Antminer mining method. With the Antminer S9, it's one of the latest ones to come out earlier this year in 2017. It's able to get about 14 terahashes per second. Its cost right here, this is probably the cheapest I can find it on a wholesale China shop. The Antminer is one of these devices that is kind of becoming more of a standardized thing. It's being created wholesale for people who don't really have the know-how or want to invest the amount of money to create their own mining devices. A lot of things go into that, but these are more standardized methods. And you are able to get one right here for around $2,000 alongside an in-stock power supply unit, which you need. I've also heard rumors that you may need 2 power supply units based on re-edit information. That is not confirmed. I cannot confirm that just yet, but I've heard it has something to do with the voltage in the house, which is about 110 volts in these outlets in typical houses. The Antminer, from what I read, needs about 220, so you may have an additional fee or additional know-how needed in regards to having enough power to keep this device going for a period of time. But let's move on to a profitability margin. Again, going back to crypto compare, you see the amount of hashing power is still the same. This time we have to take into consideration the amount of power consumption in watts, which from the data given, is about 1350. And the cost per kilowatt varies from state to state. In my state, it's around 7 to 8 cents. But when looking at the total profit margins, they're very similar. They're within that $1,000 range. And considering that these devices, if you're able to get them $1,000 cheaper than actually buying it from a HashFlare, you're not doing too bad at all. So there's a lot of money that can be made with the HashFlare usage or the Antminer usage. One thing to keep in mind is the HashFlare mining is a year contract. So when you do invest in HashFlare, you're dealing with a year contract, and the price of getting that contract again and again may change, whether it be more or less. Depends on a lot of aspects. With the Antminer, you're able to keep that device, that's your device, as long as you're able to make sure that you are keeping it maintained, keeping power going, keeping it continually crunching numbers to produce more Bitcoin for you. You're able to see profits on a yearly basis and a monthly basis. Another aspect to think about in regards to the Antminer is the noise. I've read that these things get about 70 decibels up to 80 decibels of noise, and that is a very loud conversation, especially when you're doing something that has to be run 24 hours a day. So you're going to have to consider that when using the Antminer as your device of choice. And again, the cost of power consumption is also a factor to look into. And another thing you want to look into is the mining fees associated with it, because a lot of people have to get into these mining pools to get the most out of their money regarding mining. There are also association fees and potentially association rules that you have to abide by. But that again is determined by you where you decide to mine with. So that's not really a big factor. Um, with the hash flares, you're pretty much given the mines pools you're going to be using, these three. Uh, and that's just pretty much what it is. Now, another good benefit when dealing with the hash flares accounts is that you're able to increase your amount of terahashes in many different ways. One way is to reinvest your profits, which you can do right here. Let's say you bought a contract on December 25th and you made a certain amount of profit over the last couple of days that you want to reinvest. You can take that money or Bitcoin, put it back into the amount of purchase system, and it will increase the amount of hashes you have, or by gigahashes or whatever deviation that is, and allow you to have a higher mining speed, which in theory makes you more profitable in the long run. There's also other ways, including the referral method, where you're able to get additional terahashes and gigahashes through referrals of people using your link, your referral link, um, and uh, HashFlare will provide you with those additional terahashes, etc. I've been able to create a compare contrast for you guys, giving you a few ideas of the benefits of ant mining versus HashFlare mining. As you can see, the HashFlare mining, you're in a contract. There's no electricity costs. There's no noise. There's really no extra stuff you have to deal with. So you're kind of just putting an investment down and collecting your money and dealing with the fees and maintenance as they go. And but you have to deal with those fees and those contracts, and that's another thing you want to consider when making a decision between ant mining and HashFlare cloud mining. In the ant mining, you have a little more freedom. You have to choose what pool you want to be a part of. Your device is your device. You can mine it. You can turn it off. You can, if you feel like it's more profitable to have it running on certain periods of time than others. There are some cons. You have to deal with all that noise, all that power costs, all that gets associated to you, as well as the mining pool rules and fees that may apply to you once you select them. And again, you have to put that down payment of how many thousands of dollars to get this device. And these devices sometimes take months, weeks to get delivered to your door. So again, it's more freedom, but there's also more responsibility. HashFlare is uh, less freedom, less responsibility. So you pick your choice from there. I've been able to create a compare contrast for you guys, giving you a few ideas of the benefits of ant mining versus HashFlare mining. As you can see, the HashFlare mining, you're in a contract. There's no electricity costs. There's no noise. There's really no extra stuff you have to deal with. So you're kind of just putting an investment down and collecting your money and dealing with the fees and maintenance as they go. And but you have to deal with those fees and those contracts, and that's another thing you want to consider when making a decision between ant mining and HashFlare cloud mining. In the ant miner, you have a little more freedom. You have to choose what pool you want to be a part of. Your device is your device. You can mine it. You can turn it off. You can, if you feel like it's more profitable to have it running on certain periods of time than others. There are some cons. You have to deal with all that noise, all that power costs, all that gets associated to you, as well as the mining pool rules and fees that may apply to you once you select them. And again, you have to put that down payment of how many thousands of dollars to get this device. And these devices sometimes take months, weeks to get delivered to your door. So again, it's more freedom, but there's also more responsibility. HashFlare is uh, less freedom, less responsibility. So you pick your choice from there. I want to thank you guys for watching this video again. Please feel free to share, comment, and like the subscription. If you guys are interested in signing up for HashFlare, I will leave a link below for you guys to sign up with ease. Again, thank you for your time. You guys have a great day.